did I get involved in heavy metal truants? That's a really good question. It feels like a long time ago. I go to Download every year, and I was very conscious in the lead up to Download of all these crazy people cycling from London, and I followed their progress and stupidly one year mentioned it to one person who is part of the truant, saying, I think I want to be part of it. And from that moment, I became part of it. And before I knew, everything snowballed. I had a bike, I had the gear, I was out training. I didn't really think about what I was doing, I just got involved. And it was as simple as that, really. Just being interested in what was going on and why everyone was doing it, and thinking, I go to Download every year, it'd be nice to go by bike instead of by car for a change. I think what I find difficult with the training is the preparation needed to get out on the bike. Once I'm out on the bike, I seem to cope okay, and I quite enjoy whether I'm out in a group or out on my own, cycling up Box Hill to train. The level of gear you need to get on the bike and be safe is the one thing that I was a little bit unaware of, and that was a learning curve for me. And I'm forever trying to come up with the quickest way to get ready to go out so I can get on the bike and train. Daunting? No. Difficult, but once you're out on the bike, you kind of forget all of that, really. My feelings in the run-up to the day, with the training and everything that I knew I needed to take on to be strong enough to complete the ride, it varied from day to day. If I had a bit of a session with a trainer strengthening my core, which I found out was really important, each one of those was I've got another training session today, but I've never appreciated it more than when I was trying to get up some of the hills we had to climb, and also go down, equally as fearful. But yeah, it's important, really important, the training side of it. Being at the starting line of the Heavy Metal Truants ride is like nothing I've ever experienced before. I don't think at any point in my life I've ever been one of those people that can go into a group of which the majority I do not know and feel completely confident. I've always had an element of being a little bit shy, a bit nervous. And I suppose in hindsight that helped me a lot, because I was focusing on that more than what I was about to do. But once the camaraderie set in and everyone realised they were there for exactly the same reasons, and the wonderful Brian Blessed sent us on our way, that was it. It was great. It's fantastic. The reason I do the ride and the connection I have to the charities, there wasn't really anything there for me in as far as I was doing it for any other reason than doing it for the children that would benefit from the money we were raising. And I remember on the first night when we landed in Luton, and the rookies were asked to stand up and explain exactly why they were doing it. And it was really simple for me. It was for the kids, and that's it. Yeah, when I was on the ride last year, I think it's probably happened to many riders, both veterans and rookies, but I did experience a slight injury. Let's say it was self-induced by not being able to remove my foot from the pedal, and I fell from the bike. I then had a puncture and lost my chain, all within about 30 minutes. And this was day one, so it was very daunting for me, but the crew and the team that are with you, even when you don't know or think that they're there. And there is a sense of you are constantly being looked after, taken care of. And when you arrive and finally catch up with the rest of the cyclists and team you're out with on that day, there's nothing like it. You just get made to feel so welcome as part of that team. And I think that's probably one of the other big reasons I'm coming back and doing it again. The most memorable moment from my first ride with the Heavy Metal Truants is going to sound extremely silly, but it was crossing the finish line. And it wasn't because the race was over. It was because 2 hours before I crossed the finish line, I had said to at least 3 fellow cyclists, that's it, I don't think I can do this again next year. And then I crossed the finish line, and I remember going up to Alex and Jerry in the tent at Download and saying, right, where do I sign up for next year's ride and how do I help more with this charity? And that's it.